Bind! Set!
Now Bristol enjoying themselves at scrum time. There's the blast on the whistle. Full-scale penalty, and sparks are flying. Genge and Curry together. Big dog scrapping.
Fitz, I don't need all of your backs running in to celebrate like that, okay? That's the scrum coach. I agree. You won't watch them for that.
Carpenter takes off. And Quirk spins on a sixpence, links nicely with Bevan Rodd. This is good from Sale, here's Cowan Dickey.
He's on the body, he's never on the ball.
Bristol thought for a minute they had a sniff of the turnover. They don't. Forward to Maasi White. Again, Flat in contact, and O'Flaherty pins his ears back. Ravovo chasing him down. O'Flaherty makes it! Superb finish from Tom O'Flaherty. Bristol will feel they should and could have done more. But the Sale Sharks strike first at Aston.
They're actually carrying it back, taking a shot. There was nothing on really, riding the hit from Tom Jordan. It was a big old hit, and O'Flaherty's just got the wheel, just got the wheels on the outside.
Have a free shot as they tumble onwards very effectively. On they go. One more surge, they're there. A lifeline for the Bears.
This is where I see Bristol are a lot stronger than they were last year when they do go tight, and they haven't been playing now into that blitz defence, they're just picking and going when they get them.
Eyeballing Ogre. Here he goes, the big South African tries to fold over the top. Van Rijn has a dart. Now he's got it down, surely. Joe James is close. Bristol have done a job.
This one's better, isn't it? Better angle, this one.
Joe, here we can see here the ball goes over the line and the ball's on the ground
Ball
there.
is on the ground over the line, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so I can reverse my decision, it will be a try.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's correct.
I have a decision. Okay, the ball is clearly grounded over the line, be a try.
Try for Ernst Van Rijn. Van Rijn, forwards. Choosing the options in the midfield. That's Burrow who lays it up.
Ruck's formed.
And Fitzharding, a hand in the ruck. All the time taken, and
it's a penalty. You can't have a penalty.
Harper folding across defensively. Ogre on the carry. Genge from a standing start.
You've got to tag him in again here, Ali. He's on his own, a lot of space, Quirk.
Yeah. He's on his own and he's limping. And they might just work it here. Van Rensburg to Baroni. A flying finish. And once again, Bristol roar back into contention.
Rafi Quirk that he's taken an injury. Here's the shot. Oh, it's a big shot between two scrum halves. Rafi catches his knee, finds himself on the wing in a lot of space. Bristol didn't let him go. They were relentless in coming back. It's really smart rugby from the Bristol Bears. Maroney's got the speed to get in the corner.
Tries on good, Joe.
Bouncing through O'Flaherty, who did enough to slow him up, and the bodies arrive. But so too do the Bears in numbers. Tom Curry had a little dabble. It was enough to draw the penalty and maybe a card too. A little bit more fluency here to the Bears' activities. Nicely done, beautifully done from Koska to Williams. Ogre running a good line, support work is strong. Williams is there, Van Rensburg is there. Genge too, Ravovo cutting back on a wonderful angle. And that is high-class stuff from Bristol. Tearing the 14-man Sharks to ribbons. We've waited and waited this evening, but the Bears spring to life with only a handful of minutes remaining.
He's the one that keeps the momentum going. If he goes to ground there and allows Sale Sharks to fold and get defensive shape, but it doesn't, it keeps the flow of attack. He finally gets that ball away in.
Calavati Ravovo, and the conversion moves Bristol in front by 19 points to 17.
Ellis, you were the wrong end of 38-0 here a year ago. Sharks had won 3 on the spin at Ashton Gate. How do you get it done tonight?
Yeah, we spoke about that before the game. I watched that game from literally that seat over there, and I said to the boys, it can't happen again. Can't happen again. So, I'm a bit overwhelmed, really. The physicality, the emotion. The boys were fantastic. Honestly, I fit in my head, all of them could get this medal. Somehow I've nipped it, but the boys were outstanding.
You mentioned physicality. They're so abrasive, Sale. They really bring it up front. So just getting over the line tonight, winning ugly, prove that this team is evolving. Yeah,
I feel like a broken record, really. Everyone knows we can move the ball. But I said to the boys, like, it should be inherent at this club, really, like an inherent trait to be able to knock it about and mix it with the big lumps. And obviously we go away to the Bulls next week in South Africa, and they're even bigger. So, it's got to be part of our DNA.
You're in the midst of an injury crisis by round 2, and yet you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, Alice, top of the Prem. Tell us a bit about how this special group have managed that.
We'll enjoy it for a few hours, but if I'm doing the maths right, someone has to get to top tomorrow. So yeah, we ain't there yet, but boys been fantastic over the last 5 weeks, and honestly, I'm so proud of the group.
You absolutely should be. I've just got one final question for you, Alice, and it's perhaps the most important one of them all. Can you give us a little summary of your chit-chat with Tom Curry tonight? We couldn't quite lip read it, and we're dying to know.
I don't want any fines. I said, you got a small mouth, Tom.
You'll go have a little cuddle now, though, right?
Yeah. So.
Thank you, Alice. Congratulations. Al, you dominated for swathes. The plan seemed to be working. You led until the 73rd minute. So why aren't we talking about a Sale Sharks victory?
You can look at the last 10 minutes and the sin bin that came before it and that period of pressure that let them back in. But I feel there was a lot of instances tonight where we had good field position in their half and we let them out, whether it be switching off and they create a break, a couple of stupid penalties, and the swing was like a 70 metre territory swing. And you can repel as they did so well in the first half, but ultimately a team as good as Bristol, they're going to break the door down after they keep knocking on it so many times. So I just feel like it was a bit of inaccuracy at times in terms of our discipline and some of the stuff we did with the ball. No shame in the performance, but the result is a crying shame. It puts a lot more pressure on every other result now, being a positive one our way, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. So in that case, how will you use the next fortnight, hosting Sharks away to Toulouse and out in the training paddock to prepare for what now is quite simply a must-win against Northampton?
Yeah, we'll go for them. We'll go for the Sharks. We've got a real opportunity to go through in the Champions Cup. Probably a better opportunity in that than we have at the Premiership at this point in time. And it's the next thing, isn't it? It's the next game, so it's the most important game. So we'll welcome them to Core Park. We'll see how we're faring against Toulouse, because obviously Saints is now a must-win, and we feel like we owe them one, really, from a bit of an embarrassing debacle a couple of weeks ago. So we're looking forward to that. But it's just going to be a weekend of watching the game back and rejuvenating, re-energising, and coming back in on Monday and going again, because there's no alternative. Like I say, there's no point in sulking around another game that's been lost by a point. That's the 4th now. We've got to find a way to start winning these games by a score, not losing them.
Al, thank you as ever for your insight, and all the best in the next round.
Thank you, Claire. Cheers.
Jordan, it's been a rough ride recently against Sale Sharks, but tonight you cracked the codes. What was the difference?
Oh, no, I think we were a bit more pragmatic in the way that we played, especially in the first half, and then we said to the boys they needed to collide tonight. We didn't feel like we did it against Newcastle. Both sides of the ball at the breakdown, in defence, I felt like we physically matched them, and if not, went a little bit further.
It felt as though you struggled for momentum at points early on, and Pat Lam reminded the squad at half-time to give them nothing for free. Were there instances where you were your own worst enemies this evening?
At times, but probably not as bad as last year. That was what that alluded to. We sent that out in the week, all the things that we gave them last year. So, it's just a good old arm wrestle, and good to come out on top.
That's 6 in a row now between the Prem and the Champions Cup. Ellis Genge asked for consistency for Christmas. Why is it that seems to have arrived via the sleigh?
Yeah, no, I think it's just the group. I think it's what we've been trying to bring all season. Obviously, we got derailed early on with a lot of injuries, but the way that the group's pulled together, we got to the semis last year. We want to go one further. And to do that, we know that we have to be consistent through these months to give us an opportunity in the later ones.
Just lastly, a word on Ellis Genge, please. A trio of Player of the Match awards, but what's he like around the group? How key is he off the pitch in getting these results?
Oh, he's massive. The way that he steps up with the leaders, with Fitzy and a few of the other boys, he's just great to have. Really sets the tone for us as a leader. He's going to be unbearable again that he's got another man of the match, but no, fair play to him. He's probably, when he's talking about consistency of the team, I speak to him, it's probably the most consistent he's been for us as well, especially defensively.
Fair play to him indeed. I think he deserves to be unbearable for a bit. And Jordan, many congratulations on tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers.